Alright, welcome back to Average Planeswalker. We are here with another brew. If you haven't noticed by my channel, I brew a lot of decks and I brew my own decks. After I make them, I look at other decks that are similar and I take other ideas from their decks, but my initial builds and the way I do my decks are from me alone. So like my Esper mid-range, my Esper control, all my control decks are 100% my own. This one is 100% my own. But anyway, yeah, I love to brew. So this is Bant Control Completed, and I named it Completed because we are running. Oh, here, I guess I could type this, huh? Please sub. That's what's up. Anyway, we're running Tamiyo Completed Sage. For 2 green Phyrexian and a blue, she comes in at 5, or you can pay the life and she comes in at 3. Uh, but she has a +1 tap up to 1 target artifact or creature. It doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step, and that is just very vital to kind of postpone the board so we can set up for everything. -X. Exile target non-land permanent card with mana value X from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of that card. That permanent can be a creature, an enchantment, or a planeswalker. And you'll see what other planeswalkers we have in here, and we'll get to those later in the deck. -7, create Tamiyo's Notebook, a legendary colorless artifact token with spells you cast cost 2 less to cast, and tap, draw a card. So the downside to this pseudo emblem is that it is not an emblem. Emblems can't be touched. And I kind of wish this was an emblem, but at the same time I understand how good it is. So I kind of understand that they made it an artifact so it can be removed, unfortunately. But also, these are legendary, so you can't. Sometimes with the Planeswalker, you can get 2 emblems. This one you cannot. You can't stack these and your spells cost 4 less. So keep that in mind. It is a legendary token artifact. Okay, so the other we are playing, as you guessed it, probably Ajani Sleeper Agent, the other completed Planeswalker. And this one is a 1-of. And in here, because we are actually playing 8 creatures and 6 Planeswalkers, we are either going to draw a card by drawing either a creature or a planeswalker with this +1, or we're going to draw the land that we need, or scry the land to the top basically, or put the land at the bottom if we don't need it. So we kind of either get to draw a card or set up our next draw, which is pretty good. So that's what we use them for. The +1, reveal top card of your library. If it's a creature or planeswalker card, put it into your hand. Otherwise, you may put it at the bottom of your library. -3, distribute 3 +1/+1 counters among up to 3 target creatures. They gain vigilance until end of turn. And -6, you get an emblem with whenever you cast a creature or planeswalker spell, target opponent gets 2 poison counters. I've popped that ult once, and then I flooded out, couldn't see any more creatures, and then, yeah, that happened. But we can get there, and we can get there pretty easily. So we hardly ever use the -3. I haven't had to yet. It's always just been the +1 and then pop the ult. And what I've been seeing a lot is people are getting greedy with planeswalkers and they don't want to pop the ult immediately. And I'm just suggesting that you should. There's so much removal and so many creatures with haste to remove a planeswalker that you should be popping these ults immediately when you can. I played against a player who was playing Liliana, and she was at 6, and I was trying to dig with this deck to figure out, okay, how do I get rid of Liliana? And they +1 went to 7, and that gave me the time I needed, that 1 extra turn, to pull my Leyline Binding and exile Liliana. So just a tip, like I used to be that way. I used to get greedy and plus just to make it survive or allow it to survive, but you got to pop these ults. There's too much removal in the format. Anyway, so there's your 2 completed planeswalkers that we are running in here. Is why we're called Bant Control Completed. As we just spoke of right now, we are playing 4 Leyline Binding because we are running Spara's Headquarters. Let me get this out of the way. 3 Spara's Headquarters, 2 Jetmir Gardens, and 2 Xander's Lounge, and 2 Rafine's Tower. We want to make sure that we are hitting this domain. Specifically, by turn 2, we can Leyline Binding for 1, or at the second best for 2. So we want to make sure we get that online pretty quick. We're also running Joda's Codex, just a 1-up, so we can get some extra draw. And if we got Domain on board, we pay 5, we draw a card for free. And if we have Teferi out, we can untap the Codex and draw again. So we are playing 1 Teferi, just a 1-of. We are playing 2 Wandering Emperors. We are also playing the All-Seeing Arbiter. I'd like to fit in one more, but it's kind of getting hard and tough to cut. So we're keeping it at the 1 for right now, and we could bring this back with Tamiyo as well. So that's what's really good, is Tamiyo can bring back our Arbiter or any one of our Planeswalkers as well, or even Falco, which we're running it as a 3 of. And Falco in this deck from Wandering Emperor and Broker's Ascendancy, because we're running 2 of those, so we can get +1/+1 counters on all our creatures and the loyalty up on our walkers, which is how we pop Ajani so much. With those type of counters, you're playing cards from the top of your library with Falco. So you swing in for the damage, and then you play the card, or you could play it at instant speed, remove a counter, and then at the end of turn you get another counter, it just replaces itself, or you get it with the Wandering Emperor. So the synergy when it comes to Broker's Ascendancy and the Wandering Emperor with Falco is really, really, really good. And again, you can -4 Tamiyo to bring back Falco, and it comes with a shield counter and a flying trample. So it's really, really good card. What else do we have in here? We have 1 Sphinx of Clear Sky. Since we're running Domain, we want to be able to factor Fiction if need be. The other thing is this is another target for Tamiyo to bring back a creature if we need to, and it's a 5-drop 5/5 flying with Ward 2 that has Factor Fiction attached to it, so it's just a really good flyer. Our control package is 1 Dissipate, 2 Endless Detour. I want to add another one, I just don't have the rare wild card to do so. 1 Negate, 2 Essence Scatter, and 2 Syncopates. And this is our control package for Game 1. You'll see in our sideboard, our control package just gets ridiculous in Game 2. Because I've noticed if we're playing against Mono Black, we need all the control spells we can get. We need to counter everything. We need to counter all the Invokes. We need to counter the other Lilianas. We need to remove all of their 1-drop creatures. I forgot what the name is. But it's like Figure of Destiny. So we'll see that in the sideboard. We are running. I'm testing the Vidalian Mindsinger. Since we already have red in the colors for Jetmir and Xander's, I figured why not? We're already running the green and the blue. If we can get this off, it could turn a game. We can easily take a Sheoldred. So I mean, it seems like it'd be worth it to try it. So that's what we're doing right now. If it's not panning out the way I want it to, then we'll just easily take it out and maybe put in another Seeing Arbiter and another Endless Detour. We are running 2 Broker's Charm. I had to cut it down from 3 to 2. We mostly use this to draw 2 cards, but occasionally we use this to destroy the Mirror Breaker enchantment and any other enchantments such as Wedding Announcement. So it has a lot of versatility in it, which is really good. We're running 2 Impulse and 2 Joint Exploration. A part of me just wanted to run the 4 Impulse, but I like the fact that I have the opportunity to scry, set up my next couple turns, and then I could put a land, an extra land down for the turn at the end of their turn since it's instant speed for 1 more mana. So that's why I'm testing out a 2 of in this. Let's see, I think that is it. Oh, we got our board wipe right here with Depopulate, just a 1 of. And when you got a Falco out, do not be afraid to board wipe because it does have the shield counter. So when you blow up everything, Falco will remain on the board and you'll still draw a card. Right? Each player who controls a multicolor draws a card. Correct. And you'll still draw the card. So keep that in mind with Falco and Depopulate. Really, really good. Mirror Shell Crab is there so we can counter the ability of the alts on Planeswalkers, things like that, or even ETBs. Or if need to, we can counter a spell with it. So, but always keep in mind that they just have to pay 3 and it's good to go. Now let's get into the sideboard. We're running 2 Disdainful Strokes for Sheoldreds, Invokes, and any of the other big 4-drops and above that we need in the format. 2 more Essence Scatter because this is a very creature-heavy format right now. Meta, excuse me. So we want to be able to board in 2 more Essence Scatter so we have early creature removal or creature counter when we're playing. 1 Unlicensed Hearse, that way we can get rid of any targets that hit the graveyard. Temporary Lockdown for all those quick mono red aggro or Boros aggro. It'll take down all their 2 and 1 drops, including any enchantments that they have, which is the one drop enchantment red. When it enters the battlefield, deals 1 damage. I don't remember the name of it. Then turns into a 2/2 haste. We're running 2 more Dissipate because we want to be able to counter things and exile them. So I was playing Urtai's counter spell. I don't remember what it was called. But the fact that I can exile the card when it's countered is very, very important. So we're doing that. 2 Karn Silex because it's just engineered explosives for standard pretty much. An extra depopulate for board wipe. And then Devious Cover Up. And Devious Cover Up, I think a lot of people forget about. But it's really good when you can. I had 2 in here, but I had to take one out. I might actually put another one back in just specifically for this. When you use one, it goes to the graveyard, and you put 4 other cards back into your deck. But if you have one in your graveyard, and then you cast another Devious Cover-Up, you can grab the other Devious Cover-Up to put it back into your deck. So you almost don't ever mill yourself, in a sense. So I'm wanting to put another one in. I just don't know what else to really take out, in all honesty. And Curse of Silence is probably one of them. I'm testing this out mostly against Mono Black because I want to be able to set up my deck and set up my game plan for the first 5 turns. So if I could put Curse of Silence out there and call Invoke, the Black Invoke, if I can call that out, it'll cost him 7 mana. So it puts him 2 turns behind. And that is enough time to dig and make sure that I save my counter spells and that I just endless Ley Binding any permanents that are affecting me and just hold up my counter spells until they play this. And then when they do, I can sack it, draw a card, and then I can still counter the spell. So that's pretty much the only reason Curse of Silence is in there for. It just it postpones what could be the inevitable, which is the Invoke. So yeah, that is the deck. That is Bant Control completed. So let's get into some games. Alright, here we are, playing some Bant Control completed. So let's get into this. We're going to keep this. We got 4 lands. I pretty much base my keepable hands based on how many lands I have. It's unfortunate, but it's just what I have to do because the RNG is ridiculous. So we have 4 colors for our Leyline Binding, when we could find one. But we also... Oh, I thought we had the red. We do not. That's fine. I'm not going to put Rafine's Tower down now because I want to Impulse at the end of their turn. Ooh, there we go. So let's just wait. That'll put it down to 2. We'll go ahead and... No. We're going to stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. We got Leyline Binding, which is good. And we can take 2 damage. We're a control deck. Our life total is a resource for us. Sure, seems good. I'm going to go ahead and Impulse. Might want to take the Xander's Lounge if we find one. We don't. Ooh, Brokers? I think we just take a land, because we want to make sure we hit All-Seeing Arbiter. I know. We'll take the Isling. I thought about taking the Mindsinger, but at the same time, we don't have the red. We have the green. But, 2, 3, 4, that'd make it a 4/4. Power. We could steal the Guardian. But that's not until turn 5. And by then, we'll probably Leyline Binding. So we'll put Tower out, push that to that, and then we're going to Binding. We're going to pass the turn. We don't have the 3 up, so we can join Exploration. We will next time. And this creature... what does it do? Discard a card. You can scry 2 other soldiers. Okay, so... Let's go ahead and do it now. Guardian Nubenalia. So, temporary lockdown in our sideboard is going to be great against these Valiant Veterans. Let's see if they have Shore Up. They have to have Shore Up. Why else would you splash the blue with the white? go, foe. Okay, I was about to give him that sleepy emoji. Sure, we'll take 3. So we got the blue. Not worried about that. Let's just get this down. Don't have enough for that. Take 6? Yeah, we'll take 6. Because we're going to be able to throw down the island. And if we could top deck into another land, then we can do that. And this is what we play this for. Pro plays! Let's go! I don't think so, foe. Alright. We're just going to take one of these. Yoink! Yoink! Okay. Whenever another creature power to a list enters the battlefield under your control, put 2 plus 1 counters on that creature. That's pretty good, but they are tapped out. And let's see, we do. Ooh. Ooh. They have 1 card in hand. Yeah, we'll just play Arbiter. Get some threats on the board here. We got discard a card. Kind of want to get rid of the negate. Keep the dissipate, exploration. Do we need the land? Let's just get rid of land for right now. We're gonna give this a minus. And we're gonna swing in. Wait, why do we swing in? It's still 0-5. Because maybe they'll think that we have something that we could do and not block, even though we're all tapped out. All right, my bad, my bad, my bad. Hey, that's why you're here at Average Planeswalker. Yep, seems good. They got 1 Manus. Ooh, they want their dude back, huh? Well, it's a good thing we're going to counter that. To put the land at the bottom. Oh, we got our Falco. Falco Punch. We're not going to play it because we have to wait. We're going to just pass turn. Because they're going to play the Valorant, or Valiant Veteran. And we're just going to dissipate. It's a negative Ghost Rider. And then we still have mana up to Broker's Charm at the end of turn, so we can draw 2 cards. I assume they're going to swing with both Angels. So we're going to take 3. Well, I guess we're just going to negate that. So we don't Broker's Charm, which is fine. We just cleared out their hand, though. And next turn we'll put out Falco. So we get Falcon Punch. 3-3. Oh, okay, okay. So we could... Target creature you control gets a +1 until end of turn, deals damage equal to its power to target creature. Yeah, we're gonna swing with All-Seeing Arbiter. Oh, actually, we swing with both. Yep. Because I'm gonna draw. Discard this because I want to be able to draw with cycle that later. Give that a minus, and then see what they do. I don't want to Broker's Charm quite yet, at least. Okay, so I can just kill the Valiant Veteran. Target creature we control. Just do that. There we go. Twofer. Let's go. Alright, game 1 done. Alright, so we are going to bring in the temporary lockdowns. More Essence Scatter, because they're definitely a creature-heavy deck. Take out the Dissipate. As good as it is, we're trying to stop creatures here. So, Negate, we'll keep in... what was this Angel? It's a 5-drop, okay. I'm so glad this is here because my memory is really, really bad. I can see what I was playing against. I forget a lot. Alright, so we know they have Otawara, so we want to keep the Mirror Shell Crab. We could take out the Codex, we could take out Teferi, take out Ajani for now. We're not going to outspeed them in that way. Maybe we should keep one Dissipate in. The Negate came in clutch right there for a second. We do have 2 Syncopates though. Drop an Exploration and put the Dissipate back in. Let's see. I think that's good. Yeah, we'll go that. Also, I love playing best of 3, so the majority of my plays are best of 3. I feel like it's better to test out best of 3 games so that if you do play in paper at your FNM, most games there and tournaments there are best 2 of 3. So if you're just preparing for best of 1, you're not going to be prepared for a best of 3. So that's why I play a lot of best of 3. We're going to mulligan that. We can keep that. Put the Sphinx back. Only keeping it because we have 2 Essence Scatters and a Syncopate. We have no white whatsoever, which sucks. But hopefully we can get there. We're about to get 1 creature on the board. Sure. We'll counter the next one. Hopefully we can top deck a land. Endless Detour is really good. I just need to get one more. Yeah, that's a negative. So we have the Essence Scatter. I wanted to Syncopate, but they have 1 mana open. Come on, top deck land. 42% chance to, let's go! And it's a white source, that's what I'm talking about. Alright, we're just gonna end the turn. Pass, keep counter magic up, keep removal up, or bounce I should say. I forgot that we lost a lot of counter magic with Strixhaven leaving. We're probably gonna let this 2 damage go in. We can do this for 2. I'd rather make sure that we have hard counter for the next creature coming up because we're not seeing too many lands and they are having more than us, so Syncopate just gets worse. If I had the second white, I would have let it land and then we just would temporary lockdown. Another land? Another land? Or even an Impulse. Ooh, not good. Alright, we're going to pass. We still have Essence Scatter and Endless Detour, so we're kind of stalling until we get our land drops, and they're at 4 cards. They drop a land. They're at 3. They're playing a creature. We're going to take this 2, and at the end of turn, we're going to bounce it. Because we have to make sure that we have Essence Scatter up just in case. So they played the Otawara, so that's good to know. But that's not to say that they're not playing a second one. They're deciding if they want to play the creature into a counterspell. Oh, alright, we're going to just bounce this. They could have a negate or a Urtai's counter or whatever it's called. Which would be fine. Because they'll pay the 3, get a 1/1 creature out of it, even though we're tapped out. Yeah. Protect the Negotiators, that's what it was. Let's go! Get out of here, foe! If they counter this, that's fine, because that means we can hard drop, or not hard drop, but we can drop Tamiyo for sure. On the next turn. Because they'll have, yeah, one card in hand. And we'll just tap down the Guardian New Medallia. So they've ran out of gas. Pay the 2 life. Go to 9. Do they have another counterspell? Okay. I was like, the one card. Do they have the spot removal? Cool. So we're on a 9-turn clock. Tamiyo's really good. I'm glad that I figured out a Bant build where we can play Tamiyo. I've really loved her since Kamigawa. Well, I mean, I liked her since her first iteration in Avacyn. But actually, hold on. Do we have anything here? Oh, yeah, we'll just do this. And this is what we do this for. Boop.
I have become too involved with my work. Phyrexia's victory. History belongs to Phyrexia.
Pro plays, let's go! We get to drop a Tamiyo again. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Sure.
The future is written in
Wait, what can we bring out? Is there anything else we could bring back? No. Okay. All good. Go tap that down. Lock that down. Lock that down. And we got Broker's Charm to draw 2 cards. We're sitting good for kind of top decking lands. Sure, we're at 9 life, but I think we're good. They're kind of top decking, which is fine because they've had things we've had to take care of and things they've taken care of ours, so.
In time, you will.
I am not gonna lie, I almost tried to fit Sarah Paragon in here because I love that card so much, but there is just absolutely no way we can run her in this. There's just there aren't enough 3 drops or less to bring back. It just wouldn't be worth it as a slot. So unfortunately, we are not running Sarah Paragon. We're gonna say no to that. They may just scoop here pretty soon. Sure. Let's draw 2 cards. Let's go! Let's go even more! Let's see. Let's get rid of this token. That tap down. I don't want to play the land. I don't necessarily need to. I like to keep bluff up. Like, having 2 cards in hand is really good. Do we take another temporary lockdown just in case? Yeah, we'll do it just in case. I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Now we'll play the land. And pass. Now the decision is, right now, I know I talked about being greedy with walkers. I think I'm going to plus... Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to +1. And we're going to hold on to this Tamiyo so we can keep her out on the board. Draw a card, cycle. Go for 1 more. Play a land. So it's creature heavy, so if they play a creature, we can just temporarily lock down, and then we can ult Tamiyo and still have her on board, which is good. Either way, we're going to have to temporarily lock down so we can keep Tamiyo safe. Let's play a land. Let's cycle first. Okay. Go ahead and do this. Draw.
Is the one true history of the multiverse.
That's what I'm talking about. We're just gonna pass. So the other good thing with Tamiyo is even if you don't have all of your domain for Leyline Binding, it still reduces it by 2. So we only have 3 domain, but since it reduces it by 2, we technically have it all, so we're good. GG, fool. Oh, dope. That works too. Now we'll cycle. We still got Tamiyo. Ooh. Ooh. Well, let's draw. We're getting pretty flooded, but it's just a matter of time until we get what we need. But we're pretty set.
Bow before Phyrexia.
Yeah, we'll just stop that. I mean, I could take it with the Mind Singer, but it's not a creature that I really want to take, so I'm not tripping. Waiting for they bring out one of those angels. Cool. Plus, draw a card.
Such an imperfect form.
Another ley line, and we're gonna pass. Trust me, we do have win cons in this deck. We're just getting flooded pretty hard. Yeah, look at that. We've cycled 3 lands already. I mean, we're getting all our removal. Let's see, what's in here that we can probably get? Nothing, okay. Yeah, we just haven't seen any permanents. Falco? Ooh, that works too. Yeah, this game is over. Just a matter of time. I think once we put the Wandering Emperor out, they're gonna scoop. I almost said sue. Wow, that's just rude. Yeah.
You only think you've
Well
changed
played,
the
well
ending.
played, well played. We're gonna sack that. Cool. Bring out Wandering Emperor. Also, our Mind Singers cost 2 less, which is awesome. Doesn't count towards the kicker as far as I know. Sure. Great a dude.
I'm home. We must
I'm not worried about that 1/1. Give it first strike. Swing in.
I have got new moves to teach you.
Draw. We'll go ahead and just play this. Go ahead and get some threats out on the board. We still have mana up for anything pretty much, so we're just gonna pass. We got Negate up, which only costs 1. We got Essence Scatter, which costs 1. And there it is. There's the game. That is Bant control completed. Let's go.